Alright, so this is where it stopped, which is about a little more than 1/4 of an inch away from the label, which I think is good. Now what I want to check on is this power switch. I thought this power switch was working, and it's stuck in the on position. These are common failure points on these turntables, but from what I understand, typically the problem is that it won't stay engaged. So I wonder if this is just stuck. I'm gonna just give it a quick look and see if I can determine what is going on here. Not sure. I may have to remove it. I will be glad when this project is over, because this has been a bear to work on. So I'm just removing the power switch. There are 2 screws to hold it in place. And I want to pop it out and see what it's doing. They sell replacements on eBay. I've actually spent more money than this turntable is really. Well, not more money, but I spent quite a bit of money on this turntable. So this is going to be one of those break-even type deals, if we're lucky. But all right, so I'm not sure why it's stuck down. But it is for sure stuck in the on position. Huh. I mean, it won't budge. And this doesn't really seem to be attached to anything. So I wonder if this broke. I'm guessing this probably broke, and they jammed it to where it's on all the time now. That would be my guess. It looks like I might be able to pop this open. Let's see what's going on with this switch, but I'm not sure that'll really gain me anything, because well, like I said earlier, it's better that this is stuck on than off, is my opinion, because gosh, that plastic's really brittle. Part of that tab just broke off. Because at least if it's stuck on, you can use it and just control it with an outlet strip, which isn't ideal, but I don't know that I wouldn't spend even, another $20 on this turntable. I'd rather thing is, if I break this apart, then I'm committed to a new switch. I'm pretty sure. And probably the only way to do this would be to break these little tabs off here. And I think someone's been into this switch before, because one of these is already broken. So I'm guessing the state it's currently in is because someone modified it to stay on all the time. And I can always resecure that with my favorite zip tie, or a piece of wire or something like that. So let's see. Yeah, I think this thing was glued or something. Wow. Yep, it's glued. Yep, I can see the glue. I can see the glue right there. So that was somebody's fix. All right. So I did break one of those little tabs off. Yeah, it's glue. You can see super glue all over this. So someone glued it down. And what has to happen is these have to go up when I put this back together. So I'll have to kind of pop that in and move those into position. Probably should have just left it. We need to figure out if we want to commit to the expense of a new switch for this. Like I said, I saw some available on eBay, so. And that goes up. That bottom one goes up as well. Now I'm just kind of curious as to how this switch works. So I'm going to break it free of the glue. And hey, if I have to buy a new switch, I'll buy a new switch. It's kind of where I'm at on this project. It's a very interesting design. I'm not sure what that does. I think there's supposed to be a spring on that. I'm just moving the pins back on this spring so I can maybe put it back together, which I may not be able to. Like I mentioned, I may have just committed myself to buying a new. Oh, there we go. So I think I can, I don't know if I can hold that up. So these bars, these tabs have to go underneath where this spring is loaded. So I may have just committed myself to buying a new switch. Like I said, I just looked this morning and there were some out there for like 20 bucks. Problem is, this is in the worst possible spot. And what really needs to happen is this needs to come out. And that seems to be broken off. Oh, it's still a part of it. No, I don't think it is. I may have a switch from something I might be able to put in here. There we go. Yep, so what happens with these, from what I understand, is you can push it down, but it won't stay locked in the down position or the on position. So again, someone apparently just glued this into the on position. So it should, yeah. So what happens is it doesn't stay locked down. So at least I can put this back now. And come on. I just had you lined up a second ago. I mean, it's just a simple switch, but what I've read online is the brackets don't line up, and you know, all those kind of all the typical, like they don't make these anymore. So you've got to either find someone who's already modified an existing switch or someone who found the part and they don't want to give the part number out, because that happens. So now, and I know it's off camera, but because of how this is set up, I just can't get it in the, I can't zoom in and get it in the screen and actually work on it without breaking my back. I'm already stooped over this pretty bad as it is. Yeah, this Philips was might have been a mistake spending money on this one. I'm just gonna say it. I may have been better off sitting on this one for a while, but it was kind of the next one in the queue, so I thought, give it a try. And that is not quite aligned, so it's not going into the slot. Here we go. So now that's aligned. Where it's supposed to go. I'll have to get some zip ties, zip tie that together. All right, I opted to purchase the power button. So bought this from eBay, Pat's Audio. This is how it came. It came with a new power switch and a cap. So I'm going to take this apart. And turn this over, and I actually left the screws out of the bottom of it. And there's no cartridge on this because I took the cartridge and put it on another turntable. I want to make sure I get that in a good spot. Oh, I forgot about that. I gotta fix that. And this thing is real goofy, so alright. Gosh. Power switch is right here. And let me make a note. I want to make sure I get the wires in the proper sequence. So we've got Ralph barking, because why not? We have green, blue, gray, and yellow. So I'm going to remove that switch. Oh, okay, so second I start shooting video, all hell breaks loose. Quiet all day. Ralph is out there being an idiot. So this is a very simple operation. It looks like, I'm not sure where the cap goes. I think that cap is like a safety cap to capture that, help prevent that pop it shut off. So I have to see if I can find some documentation on where that goes, because there's not one here currently. And again, this turntable's design is so just wonderful. So what I'm going to do is remove the wires, take the new cap, the new switch, put it in position, and I need to figure out what's going on with this. But I'm going to do that off camera because the dogs are going to keep barking. They're out playing with my wife right now. So I'll come back when this is done. But basically, remove wires, replace wires. That's as simple as it gets. That cap might go across those two. Probably. You know, I wish this would have come with some instructions. So let me see if I can find something online to help guide me in connecting this. Okay, so it's the next day. It's 30 degrees cooler. I don't know how much of my my rants I'm going to leave in this video, but I've been going after this turntable pretty good, complaining about it, complaining about the switch I bought. So this switch actually, as a part of the description, there's a so I bought it off eBay, Pat's Audio, and it says, hey, look at the image. Well, there's an image that's buried with the product images on the listing. So, and this is my chicken scratch, but this is what it says. It shows switch. You don't use the top two, which I am using here, so I need to remove the wires from there. We have two AC connections, so coming in from power, which is the yellow and gray, right? And then two going to the transformer. But it doesn't say what color wires are going where, and then the snubber, this cap, right, this kind of safety cap, goes across the AC connection. So I am going to rewire this. I'll speed through that, I'll rewire it, and then we'll test it, see if it works, and I hope that it works because I have a love-hate relationship with this turntable. I'm going to love when it's done because I hate it. That's basically what it is with this one. So let's see if I can get this thing working. Alright, so that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. But, okay, so what I'm going to do is go according to this. Alright, so we've got AC going across these two kind of, if you're looking at it this way, these two horizontal posts. And that will be AC coming in as yellow and gray. And I gotta straighten these wires out. I don't know if you can hear the breeze in the background, but it's so nice today. Alright. So we'll do gray. And yellow. And then the cap goes across that. Like so. Like so. And then it's gonna go green and blue on the other two. Alright, I'm going to solder this up and mount it and see if it works.